Okay guys, we're back home now. Let's take this old jack off the trailer. And yeah, always put WD-40 or penetrating oil or something on these. It keeps from snapping them off, because yes, they are threaded. And then of course the hitch plate as well is threaded too. You break one off, you're drilling and rethreading. And I'm not sure if somebody's lost one, or if one's broke off at one time, but someone's replaced this with a bolt. Okay, so we got the rusty old bolts out. Let's lift the jack out. Sometimes when they're stuck, you gotta give them a bit of persuasion. Okay, so when the pry bar fails, move up the auxiliary, move up to a bigger bar. Okay, I'll work on this a bit and then give you guys a update. Okay guys, with a little bit of persuasion, I was able to pop the jack right out. Hey guys, well, I've picked up the bolts that I need to put the jack back on the trailer, but I'm going to take this opportunity while I've got the old jack removed to wire wheel all this up and give it a paint before I reinstall the new one. Now you could sand it off or grind it off, or you know, variety of different methods. If you want to get all fancy and sandblast it, you probably can do that quite well. But I'm just gonna use my little wire wheel and wire wheel it off. It's, you know, not that bad. It's been painted a couple of times, but it's not that bad to be sandblasted. So yeah, well, let's get at her. Well, there you pretty much go. The wire wheel doesn't really sand it at all. It's basically like, you know, a wire brush or your barbecue brush type of deal. It just kind of scratches the surface, gets off the loose, you know, scaly paint that's not really doing much anyway. So we'll give this a wipe down, and then we'll give her a coat of paint or two. Okay, so we'll just give her a little wipe down. This is pretty much when you see if you missed an area or you want to you know, address another area or something. I use the acrylic paint thinner, which is nice. It beats using water because it doesn't leave behind any moisture to mess up the paint. And if you do have any adhesive or anything from a decal or whatever on there, it'll help remove that too. Okay, so she's wiped down. I think I'm even going to get fancy and give it a mask with some tape so I don't get any overspray. Okay, so we'll just run our tape, giving us a bit of a guideline. Now you can use newspaper for this if you want. You can use newspaper for this if you want. It's not recommended because newspaper has from the ink will have the oily film which can interfere with the paint. But this stuff here is from one of the places in town that prints the paper up. It works great. I've used it several times before for other jobs, other projects. If I did a lot of this, I'd make myself a fancy little stand that would hold the paper and the tape, and would actually dispense the tape right onto the paper, would save a guy the time of doing it like this right now. Would all come out kind of like a sheet of stretch wrap. Now, if you were doing a car or doing a bigger area, you know, the masking technique I would recommend to use would be different, of course. But on a smaller area like this, you know, on a trailer or something that doesn't need to be perfect, you know, this would be good enough. So if you wanted to, again, you could wipe her down a second time just to make sure you didn't miss anything. I think what I'm going to use is rock guard undercoating for the hitch area, and then what I'll probably do is just paint this area right here, because the less buildup you have of paint on that area, the better. So yeah, let's go grab the can of rock guard. Okay, so this is the stuff here. It's rock guard. This stuff is black. It is paintable. You know, it's pretty decent stuff. Used on the rocker panels of your vehicle, or if you've done rust repair. It's not quite 100% perfect. You can use it on that. But yeah, give her a good old shake up. Surprisingly, it is thick, but surprisingly, if you do put it on too heavily, you know, you can get a run in it. I've done it before on other things. Okay, so we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back and throw a coat of black paint over it, as well as do the end there where the coupler is. Okay, so now we'll give her a coat of paint. Gonna use the old trim clad here. And the trick is, of course, to do several thinner coats rather than just one great big thick one. Okay, so we'll let that dry, and we'll give her another coat. Okay guys, so once you think the first coat is dry, give her a touch somewhere that's not very noticeable. If it sticks to your finger sticks to the paint, then it's not quite dry yet, it's still tacky. If it's dry, then she's good to go. So yeah, let's pull off the paper. The guy really wanted to have gotten fancy. He probably could have made it end here and followed the line here, so there wasn't a, you know, a paint mark. but you know, good enough for now. If I keep this old trailer, I have plans for it. You know, it's older than I am, but it's something I've been looking for a while. It's going to get me by for a few years till I get something more. But if I do end up keeping it, I'm gonna, you know, not restore it, but, you know, update it and give it a bit of a rebuild. But we'll let the paint dry a little more, and then we'll install the other jack. Okay guys, here we are again, take 2 on putting the trailer jack, the new trailer jack on. And yeah, I went and got shorter bolts. The other ones were too long, they were meant for a thicker frame. And to keep from boring you through these, I'm just going to fast forward through all this installation. Okay, so we pretty much got her all tightened. Just giving one final check over. Okay, so she's pretty much installed. And to swing her up, pull on this pin, it releases, and she swings up and out of the way. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of customization. In order for this jack to flip up parallel with the frame, I'm going to have to cut kind of right about along here, because it's too tight in with the frame. So let's fire up the old angle grinder and get her cut off. So I got my line marked out, and I got my angle grinder here with a little cutting blade. Okay, so I have her cut. And let's give it a test swing to see if it clears the frame. And there you go. Yeah, this is what I was looking for here. I wanted, it was whatever it was, a 1/4 inch or something like that. So I cut about 1 inch off. Gonna get a grinder blade now on my little angle grinder here, and just give this a trim, because it's kind of got a couple of sharp little, you know, burrs, sharp edges on it from the cutting. Okay, so now I've got all the sharp edges ground down. Time to give her a test. Make sure she works. So basically, just pull that little pin again. She swings down, and it's nice. It clears the propane tank, and you just crank her up. There you go. She's taking the whole weight of the trailer. And of course, by me grinding it like that to make it fit, there's probably no warranty on it anymore, if it even was to begin with, because I modified it from, its original intended purpose type of deal. So yeah, this has been a trailer jack installation on my little beachcomber b15 trailer. As always, thank you for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, enjoy.